Hi, babies. It's me, Nicky Nasrallah, and I have been nominated for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge by my dear friend and Triple C member, Krista Killane. Hey, boo. Okay. So ALS is a disease that came to my attention a long time ago, back in the 90s, the late 90s, when, people should know about me that I'm a huge soap opera nerd. And so when Michael Zaslow of Guiding Light, who played Roger Thorpe, legendary villain, he ended up getting the disease in real life. And I remember it was all over Soap Opera Digest. He ended up getting fired from Guiding Light and was transferred over to One Life to Live, where the character he played on that show, who I think's name was David, they wrote ALS into the storyline. So they were able to get the word out about it then, and he became kind of the face for Lou Gehrig's disease when not a lot of people knew about it. And that brought a lot of awareness to the disease. He ended up dying in 1998. But since then, it's kind of gone away again, and not a lot of people have heard about it. It came back to my attention a few years later when my friend Megan's father was afflicted with the disease, and I saw him and I heard about what was happening to the family and to him. It's a really, really horrifyingly terrible way to go. Your brain is still completely functional while you lose all your muscle capacity, and you can't lift anything. You can't even lift your head. You can't breathe in the end. You can't even feed yourself. You're trapped in your body, basically, is what it is. And no one should live that way. And so I'm so glad this challenge is happening now, and I'm so glad that a lot of people are talking about it, even if it's in a negative light, because a lot of people are very upset about this challenge, mostly because it's wasting water, and also because people are complaining that there's a herd mentality and people are just doing it to fit in or because they're being bullied into it or for vanity's sake. All of those are like okay points, but at the end of the day, people are hearing about ALS, and people are donating, and people are doing their research. And there are some extremely creative videos coming out, especially I want to applaud Matt Damon for using toilet water, because everyone is complaining about the water. Every time you flush your toilet, that's basically one bucket. So if you are flushing your toilet every time you pee, the rule is if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. If you flush every time you pee, you are no better than anybody who is taking this challenge. Think about that. And why not also consider this right here? See that giant water bucket behind me? This one right here? It just keeps filling up with water, and it just keeps filling up with more and more water until it's full, and about every 5 minutes or so, it dumps itself onto the people behind and underneath. This happens every single day, all summer long, and it's been happening for years, and every 5 minutes or so. So that is probably a lot more than all the people who are dumping water on their heads in little tiny buckets in their backyards. So I don't see why the war isn't on a place like this, a water park like this, where all I'm looking at is water being pumped and dumped all day long, all summer long, and the war is for some reason not on this. It's on the bucket challenge. You just love complaining. I mean, the only thing trendier than the trend is complaining about the trend. And that's something I see all the time when a new Dove commercial comes out, or people hopping on like one star, or like something will be posted and everybody will be all behind it, something feminist or something like that. And then 2 or 3 days later, all of a sudden everybody hates it. And everyone's posting articles about why it's actually bad for society and not good for society. And that is extremely troubling to me, because you are falling into herd mentality. You are the one who is doing something trendy, which is complaining about something trendy. Just think about that, because it happens all the time, and it's especially happening right now. For the people who are saying that it's not worth donating to ALS because not as many people are dying of this and it's not as urgent a situation as other diseases or other world issues. True, not as many people are dying from it, but people are dying from it. And it doesn't matter how many people are dying. People need a cure for this disease. And for all diseases, yes. But let ALS have its day, because it hasn't in a long time. Not a lot of people have heard about it, and people know about it now. And how rare of a disease is it if I already have heard of 3 people who have had the disease. One of them being a comedian in Toronto who ran a comedy night at Spirits on Wednesday nights, a legendary comedian in Toronto, who I've never had the pleasure of meeting, but I've heard a lot about her. Joanna Downey is living with the disease right now. And there is the Joanna Downey Fund, which you can go research and donate to. ALS.ca actually has a great page where they list where your money is going, what you can do to donate. There are hikes, there are bike rides, there are walks, so many other ways to help out. Also, yes, there are many other diseases and issues that need help. And yes, please go help those ones. Make yourself aware of them. However, if you are going to shit all over this trend or this charity and then piggyback on it to talk about your own, you are no better because you are using something that you are complaining about to get your cause out there. Find a more creative way. Find a way to reach people without diminishing another cause. Be responsible, be creative, do your research, and donate. Now, I am going to take this challenge. However, I am not going to be a water waster, just to please all of you. But I am going to use water that's already being wasted, water from a backyard pool. Okay, I'm gonna do it. But instead of dumping ice water on my head, I'm just gonna jump into this very cold pool, because it's a cold day here in Ottawa today. So thank you, Krista, for nominating me. And I'm gonna nominate Whitney Nelson, representing Seattle, Washington. I'm gonna nominate, Washington. I'm gonna nominate Mark Anthony Clennon, representing Vancouver, BC. I'm gonna nominate Guy Bradford, representing Hamilton, Ontario. And why not Sarah Harris Rudge, representing Milton, Ontario. And Danny, you can do it too. Okay, cool. So, here we go, your face. Alright, I'm gonna jump into this pool. This is for ALS. Why am I doing this? Okay, here we go. Guys, you ready? You watching? 1. Count with me. 1. 1.
4.
No, we count 1, 2, 3. 1.
3.
Slower. 1, 2, 3.
Ah!
Why did I do that? Yay! You have 24 hours to complete the challenge.